guys. Good evening. Sorry it's taking me so long to get this thing started. We've got a full room. We've got some technical issues. Is everybody doing okay? Great. Look, this meeting is going to be totally different. I just want to talk about the issues. I want everybody to be brought up to date to the best of my ability. So let me just start with that, with the issues. First of all, I know there's still a lot of new people here tonight, and we've had some problems here of late. There's no doubt about it. Everybody knows about it. So I just want to assure you that if we were here as a scam, if we were going to pull a runner, we would not have been making any payouts whatsoever. We have been paying out lots more than's been coming in. So we're not running this as a scam. We've been doing everything we possibly can in the background trying to get this back on track. I know what they say out there, but I don't care. We're going to make some changes when all of this is said and done to the way that this whole approach, you know, in all reality, I'm extremely disappointed in the whole organization of HYP as a whole. You know, I mean, a lot of the goals that I started this with, because of the adversities we've been through, are changing. At least my perception of where we can end up and what we can accomplish in the scheme of our original goal. Doesn't mean we're going anywhere. We're still going to continue doing what we've been doing. We're going to make payouts. We're going to get back to on track to where payouts are on time, where maturities are on time, where the program is sustainable, where the program is secure, where you can make an income. Everything is going to be done. So let me just address a few of the issues here, because this is all ad lib. I don't have really any notes except a few items that I wanted to just briefly mention about and bring you up to speed. And then to be honest, I have nothing really here to give you other than what I've already given you, but I wanted you to hear it from me myself. You know, we've got the late maturity issue. You know, we've corrected all the late maturities so that everything is happening. It's still 4 days late for those that were in prior to that period of time. Everything since the 7th, I believe it was, or 6th or 5th, I can't remember when, I don't have the notes in front of me, but everything since that time is maturing on time. Everything prior to that time is maturing 4 days late. Now, I know that there were some times where maturity started being 5 days late, then 6 days late, then 7 days late. This was just a timing issue between two servers. Everything was not in sync. We've corrected it. It's all back to normal. It's 4 days late. We're going to correct that too. Next week, once we finish working on the issues that are more pressing, we'll implement a way to accelerate the remaining investments so that they can mature on time as originally intended. Now, I know many of you have pending withdrawals. Let's talk about that for just a second. This is going to be brief because there's not really much more to give you. Pending withdrawals. We're working on a way to catch up all pending, we're working to catch up all pending withdrawals. You know, of course, with this much controversy, especially in the world of HYP, many, if not most members, are requesting withdrawals. So we're playing catch up, and we're only slowly accomplishing it. You know, we've eliminated the reserve pool funds. Those are on their way. Those funds are actually being now bank wired to several different exchangers. And once those funds have arrived, as they arrive, they don't all arrive at the same time. We didn't put all our eggs in one basket. We move funds through various exchangers because not everybody has the funds, and we don't want them sitting there playing, trying to find money to provide us with the currency. So we had to use various exchangers. Well, bank wires don't all arrive at the same time. They don't all go out at the same time. There's intermediary banks involved, and so things take time. But the reserve pool funds that we were putting in, not the original guarantee, I'm talking about the reserve pool funds, the portion of the returns that was being allocated to reserve pool, I've cashed them in. We don't have a reserve pool anymore. We have a guarantee still, but we don't have a reserve pool. Those funds, as well as others, are on their way as we speak. And they will arrive daily over the next several days. And once these have arrived, and assuming this mass exodus has dwindled some, we'll be completely caught up. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate the way the members, especially it seems like the guys, I was reading a lot of what was going on in the room prior to my showing up. a lot of the things seem very still positive, and I appreciate that. Hopefully you can see that we're not doing a runner. We're trying to overcome these challenges. These problems arose, and we're doing the best we can to solve them. So, I know a lot of people have complained about the site being slow, and we talked about, well, we're splitting the database, we're putting it in a different server, and that's going to increase the speed of the site. Well, it didn't work. Okay, what can I say? It's when it rains, it pours. Everything's happened at the same time, and it's this mass adversarial issue that we're dealing with. We moved our database to an Asian server. Well, for whatever reason, their network sucks. I mean, that's just to put it point blank. We can't get the speed. We have ample server speed. If we're hitting, it's all working perfectly except as it's trying to pass information back and forth. So we want to move the server again. But with all that's going on, we didn't want to have you have any more downtime than you've already suffered through. So we haven't moved it. We're waiting. We're waiting to accomplish all of these other things. And sometime next week, in the meantime, as we have time, we've put everything together. We're putting everything together. It's being prepared for us right now, if it's not already done. And once we have everything together, we'll be moving over to Kodos, our database server, to their Netherlands location, which has a whole lot better network setup. So the site will then be back to full speed. There's just too many other issues to deal with at this moment, and that's not top priority. Yeah, it's slow. Sorry. Can't fix everything at the same time, so you just have to be patient with that. But once we get everything else and we see a clearing, an opportunity for, 2, 3, 4 hours of downtime, whatever it will actually take, that's IT stuff, then we'll make the move. But we won't do it before then, and we'll do it in our off hours when we have the least amount of traffic. We know what that time is, or they know what that time is, and we'll utilize that. We'll work late. Believe me, we've been putting in a lot of hours trying to accomplish everything as it is. But we'll put in whatever time it takes to get this back on track. The redeposit link, a lot of people are asking about that. So, the redeposit link was removed, just like the mods have told you. I mean, that's the answer, and all I can do is repeat it. It was removed so that the technical staff could do manual work on the database without ever changing data. And so they had to. Yeah, your auto reinvest works. Use that. But as far as redeposit, you're going to have to let your funds sit there or take them out. Well, if you start taking them out, if you take it out any more than it's already being taken out, it's just going to increase the time it takes for us to accomplish the result. You don't move $3 and $4 and $5 million a day through e-currency. It doesn't happen. There's not enough exchangers. There's not enough funds. Things take time. Okay, so you think that they would, but they don't. Okay, so a lot of people say, well, how did this all come about? How did you have a problem making payouts? You said that you wouldn't have a problem. Well, look, when I can't even retrace all the problems that we've had. I can't even put them in sequence in my mind at this very moment, trying to determine exactly what happened first, how did this come about. The reality is, whatever problem started this whole thing, whether it was the site being down or the doubles, or in fact, I think it was the doubles, once we, hang on one second, I'm sorry. Okay. Once we came back online, there was so much adversity, so much controversy out there that it seems like there was a mass exodus. There was an extremely high withdrawals. Well, that's okay. We understand that. But we've based, as we have said since the beginning, it hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. We said we kept 3 days float. We've said it at probably every single meeting we've done for the last 7 to 8 months. We kept the 3 days float in anticipation. We're watching what are the withdrawals versus the deposits versus the maturities. Everything, there's an algorithm of sorts, basically, that determines this is what you should